in Justice League and plays Connie Therese in the Camp Rock movies. And she also plays one of America's favorite moms in Wizards of Waverly Place. Take a look.
You know what? Yes, I do. I can't believe that I would never disrespect you like that. Oh, honey, wait.
What?
You love me so much. You got so jealous.
Oh, honey.
Good.
Please welcome Maria Canals Barrera. Maria! Oh, you look hot, baby, right here. Ah, look how beautiful. You're beautiful. So good to be here. It's so fun to have you here.
Thank you. Hi, guys.
You are a hot mama.
Thank you. Look who's talking. I learned from the best.
No, you know what? I'm so fascinated by ancestry and culture, genealogy, and things like that. And you have this really strong Cuban American heritage. How does it feel to represent the Latino community and all that? Because
a lot of pressure.
Is it really? Because you're really identified as kind of just that face, you know?
Well, I was born and raised in Miami. My parents met on the beach in Miami. So I've always been very... I'm an American.
Right.
But because my parents were born in Cuba, that Cuban culture was right there at home. So we had to speak Spanish at home, Cuban food, the music. I don't know if you've been to Miami, but
yes.
The Cubans really built that town. And so I always felt like I had the best of both worlds. I never felt like it was a negative. I always thought it was a plus to be bilingual, to enjoy both. And then you come out to LA and you're an actor, and then sometimes, not a lot, but sometimes people that aren't aware will put you in a little bit of a box. Like,
Do they do that?
a little bit. Things are changing.
That's good.
But you know, it's good. One of the things I love about Wizards is that Teresa is an American, first and foremost, who has a Mexican heritage background, and we talk about it, and it flavors the show. But the show is not about our heritage. So it's not, sometimes, you know, like when they have a Latino character, they're foreign, and that's fine. There's a lot of people that are recent immigrants, but there are a lot of us that are American.
That are American, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, that our favorite shows are the Donnie and Marie show.
You're funny. Or because that's so Latino.
Listen, it was
You know
my
what?
favorite show.
Do you know what? We have a huge Latino following. That's why I'm fascinated.
Of course, because
Yeah,
you guys
and
are
I
fun
love
and
it.
entertaining. We like good music and families and...
Well, and one of my daughters has Latino blood.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Oh, you
so-
adopted 5 children. I read about that.
Oh, I can't remember how
That's
many.
amazing.
But, you know.
It's wonderful. Wonderful.
So here you are, and now you're doing this reunion, or I guess it is, with Wizards.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And so how was that to get back together with everybody?
It was great. You know,
Was
the show
it?
lasted 4 years. It was a 4-year
Oh, I know.
contract. Disney does it.
Oh, my children watched it all the time.
Okay, so the kids grow up and then that's it. So, but one of the great things about...
Not like motherhood.
Right, it never ends. Motherhood never ends. And it's yeah.
It's good.
So, it was great to come back because, well, we missed each other. It was such a blessing to be on a show that was such a hit, that won 3 Emmys.
I know, amazing.
That's amazing. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Yeah, that was pretty special. And so it was fun. You know, all the kids are grown now, and it was great. And the writing was wonderful. And our producers, Ben Montano and Vince Chung, they wrote a wonderful script, and you'll see, it's great. It airs March 15th, and it's going to be really great. We go to Italy to meet Jerry's family, and Alex does a spell where she creates an evil Alex, and
Oh, seriously?
yeah, magic and mayhem.
So, Selena, my son seriously wanted to marry her. Was it fun? You're a mom to all of them?
Yes.
Are you that way off camera?
I can't help it. I'm that kind of person. You know, that wants to help and gives unsolicited advice.
We're
you know?
mothers.
Yeah. So, but they were, and they are, wonderful young actors. They have good parents. I was very well aware that they have real parents, so I never overstepped my bounds. No, really, I didn't, really.
Is that the truth?
Yeah, well, okay, maybe once. But Selena would ask me for advice, you know? And that was a huge honor, to have a young person see your own marriage, your family, and ask you advice. And
it's huge.
And I took it very seriously. So it was great to see them growing up and doing well, and they're not in trouble.
That's huge.
Yeah, they have good heads on their shoulders, and they love what they do. And I think they're very well aware of the blessing that it was to grow up on a hit show. So
Are you are you hands-on that way? Are you the same kind of mother to your own children?
Yes, I have 2 little girls, my husband, David Barrera, and I. And thanks, guys.
Yeah, look at how darling they are. How old are they?
They're 9 and 7 now.
And what are their names?
Their names are Bridget and Madeline.
They're darling.
And they're just, oh, you know, kids. They're just delicious, aren't they? Just delicious. And so they love to perform, but they also do very well in school. And I said, you know what? You can do whatever you want to do. If you want to be a performer and a doctor, you want to be a teacher.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to put them in any kind of box. I want to observe whatever they're skilled at, nurture it. They're taking piano classes now, and they love to do musical theater. And
I hear they're pretty good.
they are. My
Yeah.
big girl has an amazing voice. My little one's an amazing dancer. But, you know, my husband and I are like, you know, we're both actors, and we're like, whatever they really want to do, we will support them. And if it's what they really have a passion for, as you know, you have to love it.
Oh, big
Because
time.
it's so painful. It is.
It can be
Painful.
challenging,
It's
yes.
wonderful and painful and glamorous and frustrating. It's everything in one. So if they want to, first thank the Lord that they have skill. Because the last thing you want
It'd
is
be hard to tell your kid.
yeah, or else you end up with a lot of those people on American Idol that think they can sing and they can't. But my mother told me I could. So
There's a lot of truth in that.
yeah, so I'm glad that they have skill, and if they do want to pursue it, they'll have the benefit of our wisdom and experience.
That's right.
And if they, and we will support them, of course. I get asked that
Absolutely.
question a lot.
Absolutely
But if
support
they
them.
don't, that's fine. Whatever they want to do.
But have a backup plan. Always good to have a...
Do you remember who used to say that all the time?
Who?
Carol Burnett.
Oh, yes.
Do you remember that?
Absolutely.
People would ask her advice. Remember that? And she would say always, you know. make
I know
sure you
your
have-
backup plan.
What is it?
You love cooking.
I do.
And we're going to cook when we come back. Cuban food.
Very good.
Cuban food.
Yes, Cuban-
Stay with us. We're going to cook.
Coming up, Maria Canals Barrera joins Marie in the kitchen.
We are back with Maria, and we're gonna start cooking. I'm
Yes.
so excited. Now, this is one of your Cuban.
Yes, this is
meals?
a traditional Cuban recipe called chicken fricassee. Fricassee de pollo, right? Okay, so before it burns.
Fricassee de pollo.
Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna brown our chicken first, which we've marinated in
Okay.
garlic and onions and a mixture of sweet orange and lime.
And we'll put all this on our website.
Yeah.
So you know details. And
My mom used to say when she would cook, she'd say, "Go to the yard and get me a lime.
it's so true.
Go to the yard and get me a sour orange."
So because of
Florida.
time and everything, that's a little hot, isn't it? There we go.
Yeah. Well, you want to brown your chicken, and because we don't have time to brown every single piece of the chicken,
Okay.
the magic of television has equipped us with already browned chicken.
Now, what is all of this?
Okay.
Is this everything we put in?
Yes. So then, once your chicken is brown, you can really have the party. So you add your garlic.
Okay, garlic.
You add the onion
I
that
love
the
fresh
chicken was
garlic.
marinating in, right?
Uh-huh.
And go ahead and add all the orange sauce, the orange juice, and the lime juice. Doesn't that smell great?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, yes. I like that you get your hands dirty.
Oh, honey, I could. So you put the peppers,
Then you add
put
the bell
capers,
peppers. The bell peppers.
and
right?
onion.
You stir that around. When it gets a little bit soft, then you add the tomato sauce, all of it. You can go out of order if you want. The tomato sauce, which is really the base of a lot of Cuban dishes, is tomato sauce, olive oil, garlic, onion, bell pepper. It's not hot. Like Mexican food can be hot. Cuban food
Spicy.
is not spicy whatsoever.
And this is what? Red wine?
This is white wine,
White wine.
which will cook off.
And it does. It cooks off.
Fabulous. Okay, then after 10 minutes of cooking, then you add your sliced potatoes. Put those in.
There's lots of, you do yummy potatoes and starches and rice and things
Yes,
like
this
that,
is
right?
traditionally served with white rice, and
you
you
know-
can also have sweet plantains with it, black beans.
And what I love about American culture too, because you were talking about, heritage.
Yeah.
There's so many great foods. You should try a Cuban restaurant. I'm telling you.
Totally.
Absolutely.
Totally. And what's wonderful too about Cuban dishes is it has a lot of different influences because so many people from different places moved to Cuba. So we have, believe it or not, a huge Chinese influence in Cuba. In fact, all of the Asian people I knew growing up in Miami were Cuban. And
Are you serious?
Yes, and that's why you see Chino Latino restaurants in New York. Chino Latino.
Yeah.
My dad would make chicken fricassee, paella, fried rice, Chinese fried rice.
Oh my
would make-
gosh, that's awesome.
Yeah, so there's a lot of wonderful influences. Of course, Spanish being the main one because Spain conquered the island. So this is very, but it also has that island, Caribbean, African stuff in there,
Yeah.
which makes it even more interesting.
Do
It's
you
one of-
use certain flavorings, or is it just salt and pepper? And is it
cumin, a little bit of
I
cumin.
love cumin,
Yeah, me
uh-huh.
too, but you can go nuts with you have to be careful with cumin. If you do too much cumin, it could just ruin it.
Really?
Don't you
have to-
think?
Well, I like cumin. But
Really? It's
yeah,
so
I do.
smoky and strong.
I like it.
It's like
Hey, speaking of smoky and strong.
She's the segue queen.
No, but you know, we were talking during the commercial about age. I don't know if you tell your age.
It's on the internet. I'm 46.
And one of the things here, let's go over and try this. But
Someone turn that off.
yes, we'll turn it off. But one of the things you were saying is that, do you think age is a big deal for women in the entertainment business?
I do, and I think that women obsess over it too much, and I understand why.
Uh-huh.
Because there is that, you know, the 50-year-old guy has to have a 30-year-old girlfriend or a 30-year-old wife, and it doesn't make sense, but it's life.
Not Hugh Jackman.
His wife is. Is his wife older?
Yes, like 7 or 8. Yeah. Okay,
That's
so we're
great.
going to
I'm
taste
2
this.
years older than my husband.
You are? Good for you.
Yeah, but there is that concern, and I think that I believe in aging gracefully. I love my creams. I'm not gonna lie. My daughter's like, Mom, I don't want to kiss you at bedtime because you're all full of cream. And I'm like, I'm a mother in her 40s. I sleep with moisturizer on. Kiss me anyway.
But you know, you're so beautiful. That hasn't hindered you at all. Has age in work?
Well, don't mind.
Oh man, that's good.
Thank you so much. Well, you know what's interesting? For me, personally, it was unusual in that my most satisfying, most fun, most successful role was when I was already over 40, which was Wizards. Usually it's supposed to slow down, but it didn't. This part came along that was age appropriate for me, and it's been great. So it's unusual, but there is that stigma, and I think when we fall into it and we obsess over it is not good.
I like your message. I like your message of, you know, it doesn't matter what age. I think women get better with age. They say it's like wine. They do.
Yes.
They do.
Yes, but let's not also, I don't believe in pretending like, oh, I don't care, yet you're like obsessing, you know. I believe in being sincere about it. And yes, I notice, oh gosh, you know, it's happening. I'm losing a little tone. Okay.
But you know what?
I'll be more aggressive
It's
with
like
my
you were saying too.
glycolic
It's
acid.
the inside that matters, and you've got to feed your insides, lady. I don't know a thin woman that's happy. No. I love you. I love talking to you. You're really darling. Good luck on the show.
Thank you.
And thank you for being here today on Marie.
Thanks for having me.
To get the recipe, go to our website. We'll be right back. This is so good.